it. This is a bio box. This is also available, from a lot of suppliers. It's available in some shops. What kind of lock's on this? Well, yeah, it's a little bio fingerprint reader, but there's also a tubular lock. Do you think it's a good tubular lock? No? Maybe. Some people say yes, some people say no. Well, they do promise quick and easy access with the touch of one finger. That's about the only pressure you really need on the tubular lock pick when you try this. Have we gotten any open over there, by the way? Anybody? Yeah, has this been opened? You got to say open, but apparently half the people have opened this right now. Have they been taking booze or granola bars? Booze. Booze, yeah.
Can we get the people who got registered to come up?
Yeah. The people who enrolled your fingerprint earlier successfully, can we have you back up on Fabulous's side of the stage? Because she is going to start doing some cool things with dental alginate. And it looks all sexy vinyl clubbish, but we're really just going to copy your digits. Not the call you digits, but like the I'm going to be you at a crime scene digit. But more about the bio box. Nice little case, I guess, bent sheet metal. Their design is crappier in a number of ways, though, that we're going to explore. Not the least of which is the fact that they glue their instruction pad to the foam. So the moment you buy it and you say, all right, I don't need this friggin' piece of crap label inside the lock, you rip it up, it just tears the foam all apart. It's just dumb design, but whatever. Maybe the people they think who are going to own it are too dumb to remember the instructions, so that you're not supposed to remove those, I guess. But we have our friend the tubular pick. If you want to give that a try. I don't know if we have the bio box because it's just that bad. As you'll see, I went to set up the video. I said, all right, I'm going to try to see if I can open this. Let me get the pick in, and it should just kind of, I guess if I, whoops. Fuck. So that's open. But in general, that's not half the ways that this product is kind of funny. And of course, you guys know with tubular picking, you copy the key. So you do this once. Open. We got another one open. We're running out of booze. Damn, we only have granola bars left. So yeah, in addition to that, anybody know Converge? Alex Rogan, Medic, some of the goons around DEF CON? Big hand, by the way, for all the goons that have been fucking, they stay drunk so you don't have to and be safe. Yeah, so Con and those guys, they were at Alex's house down in Texas around the New Year, and he just gotten a new gun locker. He got in a bio box. And they're like, oh man, open! Nice. We are now, that's Jägermeister. Wow, you are starting early, sir. So, they're like, all right, I wonder if we can play with this. Man, I wonder what we could do. So they just started taking, bent pieces of metal. They just started taking, paper clips, lock picks, etc. Because you see the button to it. Did you just see where I use the enroll button? It's right under the lip. Now, there are a lot of holes in the side of this case. I don't know why they're there. All right, my finger has been enrolled. There are holes right along the edges that you could, let's say, stick a lockpick into. Let's see what happens if you do that. So got to feel around for the right place. Open! All right. I can enroll a new finger with it shut. Fuck you! Boom. All right, so that works. And then the same question that the guys had in Texas. They were like, man, if I can enroll myself, I wonder if I can delete myself. I said, all right, let's try this one with a paper clip, because maybe you don't have lockpicks. Maybe you haven't gone to the village. All right, take our super elite hacksaw, open the CD-ROM drawer tool. All right, where is it? Open again down there. Jesus, you're flying through shit. All right, gotta hunt a little more. All right, red light. Red light means everything is empty. So now if you just press the button, oops, open. That works. So yeah, defeated by, a paper clip? Come on. That's, you really don't get a lot of love from the bio box from me. That's my rating system. It's my multiple star rating system is maybe even a little generous on this one, but they made it out of metal. I mean, I guess it could have been wood. So there's that. The last one we're going to talk about, and the last one we're going to play with a lot here, however, is the LockSafe product. It feels the most robust. Like if you crack a guy on the head with it, he's going to know it. The other ones, he'll just be like, fuck, asshole. Yeah, this is made of like thick steel. It's like 1/4-inch plate steel. It has a really nice, mechanism in it. It uses a cross lock as the override lock, which, if you flip up the little panel, you'll see not only is the cross key there, but the battery hookup is there. It's a nice design. In case the battery dies, you can switch the battery with it locked. In general, though, I said, all right, they make cross picks, so maybe we can attack this. So I, grabbed my Deal Extreme cross pick, put it in there. There's no footage of this happening because I just stopped rolling the camera. I was completely soundly defeated by the LockSafe. I was not able to open that at all. If you would like to try, we're going to let you. We have a couple up here. We have some cross picks. We have some more booze and candy bars and stuff. There are, I was surprised because usually cross locks are kind of weak. Usually if they're, in a safe, like let's say a hotel safe, they're not the best device. Usually you could pick this, like this one was picked open. Sometimes you'll see even a cross lock that's made so strangely that it doesn't have a backer plate. It doesn't have a tail plate. And if you flip to the other side inside, you'll see this is a complete hole right through the keyway. Now, we're not going to get into a whole talk about electronic locks, but anytime you have a nice channel where you can stick something straight through to the inside of the safe and start pushing and pulling on wires and all kind of stuff, that's its own talk somewhere else about electronic safe spiking. But definitely don't do that here. Who else wants to try the picking stuff? You want to come on up again if you want to try using the cross pick. If you've never used a cross pick, we'll try to show you how. But in general, if you can get it open, I'll be really impressed, and I'll give you like 2 whiskey bottles. But since I could not pick the cross lock open, I said, well, is there another way? Well, the only other way to access what's in this safe is what? The fingerprint reader. Fingerprints are a really neat, bio sort of technology that we see incorporated in a lot of computer devices and things like that. But I realized many of you might not know how the fingerprint readers actually work. There are actually 2 types. What can I do for you? Sharpie?
Thank you.
Yes. Can you fill my water? Thank you. Big hand for, all my friends in Tool who helped me out and who showed up way too early to lug a bunch of safes around the hotel with me. So yeah, fingerprint reading. 2 kinds. There are optical readers that take a whole image of the finger all at once. And there are also, have anybody logged in with these before on a machine, maybe? All right, a couple of you have had those. There are also capacitance-based readers. They're a little more fun just in how they work. And as you're dragging your finger across them, the ridges and valleys of your finger change the actual magnetic, electrocapacitance, and it's a neat little thing. In general, they both function by mapping what are called points of minutia. They do pattern matching. So if anybody know what points of minutia are? No? Fed. You testify in court. Yes. So points of comparison, points of minutia, they are just places on your finger. And, the law enforcement community has been using this for a while, where unique identifiers can be found. So where arches come up, where 2 things bifurcate or come together, where there's a loop that's closed and a dot in the middle. There's all kind of different ways that different fingerprint analyzers will note these in their records. But in general, thank you. In general, all human fingers have plenty of them. And you can get really fancy with identifying all these little points of comparison. When someone says, on a TV show, oh, we found an 8-point match, that's what this means. It means, well, there was a ridge up here, and there was a dot here, and there was a whorl here. And if you got enough of those, different people, different fingerprint, forensics techs will be confident in saying this is this person. That's how all these devices work, too. These devices do not store an image of your finger anywhere in them. They don't have the ability to I use this fingerprint reader, and now my boss can frame me for murder. No. These devices just store little bits of data about the different points of comparison. They store a matrix of points like this. So when you come by later, touch your finger or swipe your finger, the computer says, well, I just generated a new matrix. Does it match? It's really like a hashing function in a way. Your password is not stored on the server. Your hash is. It's the exact same thing. There's a lot of, myths about this in fiction, about how these work. There's a lot of bad tech in fiction. One of the biggest things in, fictional shows that you sometimes get is the twin problem, right? That's not a twin problem. That's awesome, but no, there is the twin problem. Like, oh, it was actually his brother, and, that's why. Does anybody know why that's bullshit? Twins have different fingerprints. Do you know at what point in your life your fingerprints develop? Anybody? They develop prenatally in the womb, and they are pattern generated just by random eddies and currents in the amniotic fluid as your skin cells are generating. They form then, they are locked into you at that point, so if you cut them off, they should try to regrow mostly the way you had them. But even, you could have septuplets or that friggin' Optimum who pupped out all those friggin' crotch fruits. They'll all be different. They'll all be different, so the twin thing, that's all bullshit. I tried a lot of things to fuck with the fingerprint reader. I have a lot of, people's fingerprints on file that we worked, we did, all right, let's make some firearms ID card. We pulled out all of our old firearm paperwork at the office. We started trying to print copies of our fingerprints, because this is just an optical reader. So we said, all right, maybe we can just fake it out. Let's, here's the left and right, and mirrored and not mirrored. We tried all kinds of ways. Nothing. This safe was having none of it. Yeah, we were not able to get it to read. We were not able, even half the time, to get it to recognize that these were, anything on the reader. So some of these devices you'll sometimes see advertised with life-sensing technology. This has something. So, we said, all right, can we get it to work? It was working with my hand, was not working with anybody's copied fingerprint. I said, all right, we do a lot of weird key copying stuff. If anyone's been in any of our black hat trainings where we do quick keying and such, we have this binary mold compound where you squish it together and you put it in a thing and you can, sandwich a key in it. If you get someone's key for 5 minutes, you can copy it. It's a whole, come to our training at Black Hat. It's fucking blast. This year we added safe cracking and shit. Convince your boss, man, you need that skill. But yeah, I said, all right, well, when you're working on this stuff, you can easily make a ridge impression of keys. Maybe you could, do it with a finger. I'd hope so. It looked like, oh, yeah, hey, look, we made Tom's finger. Trying to make copies and using that to make gel impressions, it was not strong enough. I didn't think we were going to be able to make this work. But then I remembered, my dad is a dentist, and I have access to all kind of weird stuff in his closet. So we just started getting every product that we could and trying to press our finger into it, pour other stuff into it. And in the end, we found all these different things, none of which fully worked. I said, all right, let's get this, polyvinyl siloxane, I think is what you're seeing now. Finger works. I said, this one feels the most fleshy. It's the most springy, spongy. If anything's going to work, maybe this will be it. And nothing. Yes, applaud for the fail. Yeah, we didn't want to read again. We were like, fuck, man. I really wanted to have something to show for it. This is the biggest, safe. I wanted to bring it out to DEF CON and have people fuck around with it. Nope, wasn't going to read. And we were just about to give up, and we said, all right, let's look at everything we've made. All of because, this thing that we had made has another negative of all of our fingerprints in it. So every time you keep stacking up, we said, well, we keep having more and more negative molds, technically. Put them all on the table and just get this stuff we found in a hobby shop. It's like this, I don't think it's actually to make rubber stuff. It's supposed to be just a molding compound that's very spongy. I have this little Pokemon widget thing, and I'll put it in here, and I pour the rubber around it. You can, spring it out and then use that to make additional knockoffs or whatever the heck you're doing with, make Jenna Jameson sex vibrator dolls and things. It's the most lifelike, fleshy stuff. I'm pretty sure it's what they use in the Vegas porn industry. Yes, we've conducted extensive research. So it's a binary compound. We said, all right, just pour it in a cup. A little bit of this, a little bit of the other. Mix it up really, really well, which I think we're going to start doing over there. If you guys try this, mix the shit out of this stuff. It will set a lot faster if you do. We'll tell you later. Come to the Q&A. We'll let you play with all the products and see what they are. But I said, all right, here's this other side of it. Very, very carefully measuring it. I'm being very scientific in my lab. My lab and my fireplace here. And I said, all right, we've got all